So how do coaches help? Coaches have a few tools at in their quiver. They can ask questions, they can share observations, they can point their clients to resources, and or they can practice a skill with their clients so that the clients can gain clarity on the real problem, develop their inner game, and take action with confidence and credibility. I'm going to turn this now to you, Cecilia and Neil. And I think we have one more person, right? Deborah, and ask you, what jumps out at you when you see this? What are some thoughts that are coming out for you?
Getting to the root of the problem.
Getting to the root of the problem. All right. Do you have an example in mind you can share with us?
Not offhand, but from my experience, it starts out with a dialogue where a coach is going to ask me questions about how I go about my job search, what I'm doing, what successes I've had, uh, where do I need help. No, they have to really ask a lot of detailed questions to get inside an individual, so that individual can figure out what the best game plan is for that individual.
Right. Thank you very much for sharing. Anybody else would like to add to that?
Well, I think in my case, the real problem really is my self-confidence. Um, and I just feel that at this point, no one is going to hire an old person like me. So I'm trying to think, could I quickly sort of gain a new skill by, doing some certificates or something like that to sort of still, you know, be able to get something, anything.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So you notice that, yes. So thank you, Cecilia. Deborah, I don't know if you want to add anything or if you have written anything into the chat. Laura, did you write anything into the chat?
Not yet.
Okay. Deborah, feel free to jump in. I don't see you, I don't hear you, so forgive me if I just move on, okay? Yeah, so coaches, what they really help you with is figure out your inner game. You know what I mean when I say inner game? It's the stuff beneath the waterline. It's your values. Cecilia, when you say you don't have the confidence, it's because you have a certain self-view of yourself, right? There might be some reality to it, which is what is above the waterline, but really what is under the waterline is where nuggets can come from, right? So are you self-aware? What are you aware of, right? What does that awareness, where did it come from? How does it inform you moving forward? And what is the purpose of let's say finding a job? How important is it for you? Are you gonna you go destitute tomorrow if you don't find, what is important? What is the purpose, right? And then you had mentioned also confidence, and then to take action with confidence and credibility. Does anybody tell me the difference between confidence and credibility? We want both, right? We want both. We don't want only confidence but not credibility, or only credibility without confidence, right? We want both because both are necessary. Confidence, in my definition, is when you show the world that you know what you're doing. Credibility is when the world perceives you as knowing what you're doing. And so in a job search, it's very important not to make up anything, not to, blow up a picture of yourself that's more than you, not to invent anything, but to find the true self that you are in order to have that confidence and credibility. And I can teach you until I turn blue in the face how to interview, how to network, how to do this, how to do that. You will only do it if it fits your purpose. You will only do it if it somehow speaks to you and you think it's important to do it. Does that make sense? That's the inner game. Does that make sense so far? Any questions so far?
It makes sense.
All right, so that's how coaches help. Now, mind you, a lot of us also go on YouTube, and sometimes YouTube can give you a lot of tips, good tips, and that's fine. Try that out. And sometimes we read a book. I love Patrick Lencioni, for example. He troves of good information. And then sometimes we need a live person to interact with, to guide you, to make sure you don't fall off the cliff with a certain decision. So that's where coaches come in. Of course, I'm making a pitch for coaches, not making a pitch for myself. I'm just saying, if you want to help somebody else, this might be a good career for you.